What is up? What is up? What is up, guys? It's John Papp here from JohnPappFitness.com, coming at you from Acceleration Fitness, and I've got your 5 weekly tips to lose weight, gain strength, and get jacked. I apologize, I'm kind of squinty right now. It's bright out, super sunny, can't be inside. There's too much going on, too loud, can't hear me. So here's what we got. I'm gonna get right into it, guys. 5 tips here. Number 1 is you need to warm up your shoulders properly. Well, you need to warm up everything, your whole body properly, but specifically I want to talk about shoulders. So shoulders can be very finicky, especially for you heavy lifters out there, whether you're a bodybuilder, power lifter, or anybody really who's had any shoulder tweaks or injuries or whatever, just stiffness. So it's very, very, very important to warm up the shoulders before really any type of workout. So whether you're going to be benching, obviously, squatting, deadlifting, whatever, I don't care, cleans, snatch, whatever, you need to warm up your shoulders. So you can do this very easily, right? So just grab a very light pair, like 5, maybe 10 pounds if you're very strong, but 5 to 10 pound dumbbells, and then just go through a series. And the one that I've used is from, I think, Dave Tate from Elite FTS, actually posted it first a few years back, and I just happened to stumble upon it, and I was like, it's pretty good little sequence. So again, this is not mine, this is his. I believe he posted it first. So but basically all it is just 5 or 10 pound dumbbells, and you go through a series of shoulder movements, starting with just a straight overhead press. You start off just 10 reps per side here, so straight overhead press, then tricep extension, 10, lateral raise, thumbs up lateral raise, so just thumbs up here, change the angle a little bit, front raises, thumbs up front raises, and then I kind of added a couple of things into it as well. I added supination and pronation here, just kind of rotation there to really warm up the shoulders. And then also I added bicep curls with a very strict supination. So you can kind of see here, start with the palm facing back, turn all the way supinate up, then back down just to get the biceps and that kind of supination of the forearm warmed up. And then from there, you go into some rear delt flies, eyes, and then rotations there. And you can just start off 10 reps a piece on those. Again, very lightweight, and then you can increase weight as you go. And also I like to throw in some face pulls, whether I use a sled or a band or TRX straps, anything like that. I love face pulls to get this whole upper trap area and lower neck warmed up. And then you can also do any kind of row or IYT, anything like that. So IYT on those. Those are going to be great to warm your shoulders up. So that's kind of what I do. And again, most of that comes from Dave Tate and Elite FTS. I modified some of it just to my own preferences, but if you use that, your shoulders will be warmed up. That is number 1. Number 2, eating enough if you're trying to gain weight, strength, or get jacked, right? Or even lose weight. So let's take a step back, just focus on the lose weight part. So there's a lot of people, it's kind of an old way of thinking of just don't eat to lose weight, right? But now we know that that's not optimal, right? You may lose some weight, but it's not the healthiest, right? And you can plateau when you do it that way. So you have to eat. You have to feed your body. So eat. So that's for losing weight. Now for gaining weight and gaining strength, getting jacked, you have to eat. You have to recover to fuel your muscle. You have to. It's important. So that is one of your primary jobs if you're trying to eat, like gain mass, strength, get jacked. You have to eat enough. So whether that means, eating every 2 hours or eating giant meals, whatever works best for you. Each person is gonna be a little different. I've done both ways. I've eaten, every 2 hours, small meals, kind of the bodybuilder style, and that's worked. But then for me also, I've kind of shifted away from that at times and just ate as much as I can at one time, say breakfast. Then when I get hungry, have a snack. Then boom, eat as much as I can for lunch, have a snack, and then kind of continue that through the day, and that's also worked. And I kind of prefer that a little bit better, actually. But each person is gonna have their own preferences. Find what works for you. That is number 2. Again, I apologize for squinting. It's very, very bright out here. But number 3 now. Number 3, using rings. Kind of go back to the shoulder health issue. Using rings for shoulder strength and stability. So I have had some shoulder issues for almost, well, I don't have them anymore, but I did about a year ago. So last November, so just under about 10 months ago, I had a shoulder injury and it got pretty bad. I couldn't even bench the bar without pretty bad pain, right? But kind of rehabbed myself back, tried a lot of different things. So I learned a lot through that process, and now I'm to full capacity and my shoulders are stronger and feel better than ever. But anyways, so that's a little rant, but one of the things that has helped me the most is implementing rings in my strength training. So rings like gymnastics rings, like the wood rings, they are phenomenal for building stability and strength in the shoulder girdle. What I've been doing, or what I started out doing, was just static holds, which can also be used as an ab exercise too, but just up on the rings like in a top dip position, and then you can raise your legs up to target your abs a little bit more, or you can just hold there. And at first it's gonna feel very shaky, right? But then once you get used to that, once your body gets used to stabilizing on the rings, you'll be able to do that for more time, and then add in the abs if you can. And then I started to move from there into dips, right? So moving into dips on the rings helped me a lot. Like honestly, that has like been one of the best things for just general strength within the last year that I've done, is doing ring dips. Now strict dips, or excuse me, not strict dips, dips on a fixed bar, those seem to bother my shoulder even still a little bit, and they always have, even before I had the shoulder injury. It's always, I just don't like the position that you're in that fixed position. It's just not right. It doesn't feel right in my shoulders. But on the rings, you can adjust where they are, obviously, and it has that little bit of free movement in it, so it forces you to stabilize, forces you to be in a better position. And I really, really like that, and I've started to implement it more even with like push-ups and rows and whatnot. Now the rows aren't the same idea, but I just really like the rings. So that's number 3. Yeah, number 3, I believe. Number 4, kind of going back to the weight loss, you need to strength train if you're trying to lose weight. I know you've heard it a million times, but I'm going to say it 1,000,001. You have to strength train if you're trying to lose weight, all right? It's just, you have to. You're going to get way better results. You're going to burn more fat. You're going to feel better. You're going to move better. It's just better. So that's all I'm going to say there. Number 4. Number 5, I think I've talked about this probably a lot. Kind of losing track. This is like episode 19. I forgot to say this is episode 19 coming at you. But number 5, glute ham raises for the posterior chain. I have an article coming out very soon that will talk more in depth about this. But and it's also going to give you some variations. So I've talked about it, just doing them to build the posterior chain a lot, the hamstrings, the glutes, the low back and whatnot. But now this next article that I've got coming out is going to talk about a lot of the regressions that you can do, because most people aren't strong enough when they just start out using them to be able to do a strict glute ham raise and get the full benefits of them. So this article kind of shows the strict one, and then it regresses back into all the different things that you could do to build up to that. And you can also use these things as, accessories. So you don't always have to do strict glute ham raises. And what I mean by that, what I mean by some of these things are things like, hooking a band up for assistance, but then using an ultra slow eccentric, so going very slow on the way down and then popping back up with a band assistance. That's a great way. You can add pauses at any point during the eccentric or concentric, really. You add a pause, that's going to be really great. Isometric strength. Isometric's just holding, so going into like a back extension position, so you're here, just straight across, straight out with your feet in and laying on the pad. That's going to be great for building isometric, or using isometric strength to build your overall strength. And then also there's things in there, just different ways to assist you if you can't do one. So that is my 5 tips. Again, episode 19. That is all I got for you guys. Check me out on social media. Always posting stuff. And you can find me at John Papp Fitness on pretty much everything, I believe, except for Snapchat. J-P-A-P-P. J-Papp is my Snapchat name. Hit like, subscribe if you could. It lets me know people are watching, and then I'm not wasting my time when I do these. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great week. Enjoy this last little bit of summer. Chase it.